Hello there everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Now, we're supposed to be going to the Temple of the Ancients right now, but the walkthrough, my premonition for playing this game for the first time, has told me that there's actually a side quest that is opened up at this point, which we should go do, called the Wutai Sidequest, which I've heard of before, but I had no idea what it meant. So if you go in this little area here, you'll be walking around, no big deal, and some of you might already be like, oh god, you have Aerith in your team. It's like, what happened? What's the big worry? So this cannot be done on disc 3, it has to be done on the first 2 discs. So make sure you do it right away, pretty much. I didn't have any problems with it, but apparently without a guide, this is one of those very difficult side quests. At least it says in the guide, which might just be a way for you to use the guide more, but if anyone's wondering, the guide I used, it's a website called jagged.com, and the cool thing is it's all laid out really nicely, like it's not just an FAQ, there's pictures and stuff, and uh-oh, looks like Yuffie led us into a trap. How dare she? I knew she wasn't good from the get-go. That's why I didn't get a thumbnail picture of her. Definitely not because the artist who I commissioned previously for the other 2 decided to not answer my emails, which is fine. That's fine. I'll just stick with these 2 for now. But if you see there, all of our commands are gone. All we have is attack an item. Because at this point, guess what? Yuffie stole all our materia. And now normally if I had any other party member out, it'd be fine, we could attack still. But I just so happen to have Cloud and Aerith, who just can do jumping attacks that do very little damage, and now she's asleep. I mean, hey, on the plus side, Cloud is that cool looking weapon, right? And we can use Climb Hazard, or Blade Beam. Both of them are pretty cool. Actually, as of this recording right now, I'm just waiting for the Dissidia NT beta to be out and ready, because I'm excited to play that. And I'll be doing a Let's Play that too, do not worry. Because of course, every beta I want to do videos on. Because every time you get a beta, it's like, what if someone wants to go back and look at beta changes? You know, for archival purposes, that's why I do it. For sure, for sure. Not for any other reason. Nope. But yeah, these guys aren't too big of a deal even if we have Aerith, which makes me think that, yeah, it's like these guys are made so that no matter who you have in your party, you're gonna be fine. They don't hit for anything, really. And Cloud's strong enough to just, you know, handle them quite nicely with his little swordy sword there. And yeah, it's like Aerith is quite lower leveled, and that's why she was in my party, bringing her back up, so it was fine. Yeah, all the materia's gone. That really sucks. Hey, Barrett. Yeah, well, that's a big problem. So a lot of people really don't like Yuffie because of this reason. Yeah, at this point, she steals all your materia. Kinda sucks. I'm pretty mad too, considering I had pretty good ones too. So, one thing that it does say in big letters is do not save your game while you are in Wutai at all. Because if you're unable to kill the last boss, there's no way to get your materia back. This has resulted in many players choosing to restart the game from the beginning. So, as such, you know what? Be careful. Be careful. As you can see, all our materia is gone entirely. So it's like, well, that really sucks. You will get it back. But as for now, kinda sucks. Now, they say that the best time to go to this side quest is actually after the next area, because there's items there, which have no materia slots but are very powerful, which are pretty much designed to be used here. But you know what? I like a challenge. I'm a big boy, so we can do this. So, let's get our team all ready. I've decided to keep in at least some of my level stuff, because hey, I need to let you guys see a bit of menuing every now and then. Also because I decided, you know what, instead of worrying about the cutting, I'm just gonna do this now. I want this to be just kind of a chill podcasty thing. Thank you all for joining back for some more Final Fantasy VII in my ASMR, as we can take a look at a few menus. I mean, I've cut out the menuing in all the previous parts, so it's like, hey, it's important to sort of see it for a little bit. Alright. So we have a couple bridges to cross here. This area is a slight maze, and I could see you getting in trouble here if you do have a weak team with no materia. I mean, you will have items still, so if you have any good items to use, hey, go ahead and use them. Now would be the time. Use those items that are attacks. But of course, if you are playing on the PC or PS3 version, or PS4 rather, you can very easily just press buttons to fast forward and skip enemy encounters, which is still like the best feature ever. And you know what? I really do hope we do get a full Final Fantasy VIII remake with this stuff, as well as the Final Fantasy IX one. Because both those games are ones that I do want to... Like, I played about 75% of Final Fantasy IX and about an hour of 8. I saw the words GF and Junction appear, and I was like, I'm tapping out. Also, I don't know. I have no huge clawing need to play 8, although that's surprisingly one of the few that I actually own the disc for, so well, maybe one of these days. Got some birds, though. Shooting up some birds. Combat becomes real boring when all you can do is just mash the attack button and occasionally heal. I mean, what is this? Final Fantasy 13? Ho ho ho. That was another game I tried to play a bit of. Woof. Woof indeed. I am certainly looking for... Whoa, why is my menu freaking out? I'm certainly looking forward to playing Final Fantasy 13 one of these days in the future and like fully finishing it. I'll be like, you know what? One day I'll buckle down and do it. I also have 13.2 and 13.3, but I was like, I won't play them till I beat the original first, and woof. Also, you know, all the DLC that's out for 13.2, which is there's some cool stuff. You get to fight Gilgamesh, you get to do all that fun stuff, but at the same time, there's like Assassin's Creed and Mass Effect armor, which is weird. But even weirder is the just announced, like yesterday, Final Fantasy 15 Assassin's Creed Story DLC, which I was like, huh, what? Wait, what? It's certainly something. So yeah, good thing about the fast forward is even if I am slightly lost here, which you can tell because I'm like, wait, where do I go? We can fast forward. Still keep the enemy encounters going. Hey, it's easy levels. You know, it's free real estate. You got this. And they drop a lot of Phoenix Downs and X potions, which are at this time, hey, that's pretty good. So we're gonna go take a look at that. Pop an X potion that fully restores HP, and these dudes just drop them like it's nothing. Dropping them like it's hot. So you actually have to go down and through the middle. But of course, me being a big dumb, I'm just confused. There you go. God, the fast forward thing is the best. And that's in 12 HD, which again I have. I have the Steelbook actually, because it was one of those situations. It was the exact same situation with Final. Why am I running away? I could kill them. It's one of those situations. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, I got this. It was one of those situations exactly the same as with 13, where I'm like, you know what? Even if I don't want it too much now, and I played a good couple hours of it and said like, yeah, I get it. Hey, we got Lunatic High. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's kind of cool. Basically, what it came down to was, if I want to play it eventually, I'll get it now, so that I can have it. And that might be the most, like, rich gamer thing to say, and I'm really not rich. I just spend my money a lot on games. But, no, what it comes down to is, if I really want to play that game, instead of having to shill the big bucks on, you know, something more expensive, even though I guess nowadays, with digital distribution, that is much less of a problem. But I want to have it in my thing. Also, hey, shoutouts to the attack Spaz Voice. That was probably heavily censored in the European version. Well, then again, I guess this game does have Tifa call Barrett a retard, so like, maybe they're just like, let's put in one very offensive term for both countries. But here we go, Wutai. And I'm like, I'm gonna save, but here's the thing. I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna save on another slot. You see? I was smart. Always rotate your saves, dudes, especially in this game with over 100. So, let's head on in to Wutai. And Yuffie's like, oh no, we followed her. I actually really enjoy Wutai's design. It's quite interesting. And hey, here's that turtle club that if you were collecting all the posters, you would get stuff for. And oh, hey, rival gang. Well, this is ironic. Elena's just gonna try and take us on. We're like, you sure about that? But here's the good part. Reno is just like, come on, man. Come on. They just want to be on break. They're taking a vacation. And I love Reno. Like, he's cool. I'm very happy he became more of a full-on character with Advent Children. He's a fun guy, and Elena's just like, is it Elena? I don't know. But, yeah. I really like the Turks. They have an interesting dynamic. There used to be a water god. Ooh, a huge snake. That sounds familiar. A water god giant snake? That's obviously the Ogopogo. Okay, fun fact. The Ogopogo was in some Final Fantasy games, and that's actually one of the few Canadian mythological beasts. It's a rename or recolor of the Leviathan, which is such a crazy coincidence. Not a coincidence, but I guess a pull. Normally, you know, Canadian culture isn't brought up in terms of games and stuff, but, so, now that we're in this town, it's a big side quest to find out how we can get our stuff back. So first off, we head into here, and this guy says sold out. I see a lot of everywhere. Okay. They're acting a tad bit suspicious. Just a bit, you know? Makes you wonder who's in on this. Wutai apparently has a major role in... What was it? What's the PSP one where he plays Zack? Why can't I remember what it's called? Crisis Core. That's it. There's a bunch of items here. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, so Crisis Core features this town and stuff. And Yuffie, actually, a young Yuffie is in it. And it's interesting because, like, she is an optional character, right? So, her and Vincent technically don't have to be in your playthrough, but of course they're in a lot of stuff. Hey, MP absorb. You fool! Why would you do this to us? So she's just stole that, which I think you do get. I hope you get that if you catch her then later. If so, that would suck. Climbing a mountain, you say? Well, we're not going to go there just yet, because there's still more places here to explore. Such as these buildings here. That's very poetic. It's interesting because it's very, like, you can tell, like, this is like China style, right? It's very much not like the Japanese style. I always find it interesting when Japanese games show off like the more Chinese inspired places, you know? Because they are two different cultures, even though some people... Oh, wow. Huh, that's a twist. Even though some people, you know, tend to not differentiate. My family's really bad for that. We'll go for Japanese food and they'll say, oh, we're having Chinese. And I'm like, what? No. What? They're very different. But then again, that's me being an utter weeb. It's really bad. The worst is I'm really bad for when we go out and it's like, hey, do you want... chopsticks or fork? I'm like, I always pick chopsticks because I love chopsticks. I actually think chopsticks as an eating utensil are superior to forks and knives. And the reason why is because actually I'm really bad. I'm a fast eater. I will scarf that stuff up so fast. Also, hey, grab these while you're here because they're good to have. You know, I scarf in food really quickly. So as such, chopsticks really makes you slow down and enjoy the food. So what I would recommend is if you're having issues like me, who eats food too fast, which is really bad for your digestive system. It's actually does major damage. What I would recommend is try eating with chopsticks, even stuff that you won't necessarily need with chopsticks. You know? Changes things up. But let's go over to this pagoda over here. Or not. Hey, that's fine, man. I guess we will. I'm sorry. So the Pagoda of the Gods. Interesting. So these, that pagoda there will be important later. We won't be doing that side quest right now. But, again, any of you who've played Final Fantasy VII know exactly what I'm talking about. But for now, it's just a case of exploring around, checking for the items that we need. This place is, if I'm correct, it's Yuffie's house, actually. We can have a rest here. Honestly, I get wary on places in video games where you get a free rest. Especially a place like this. I feel like I've played many an RPG where it's like, hey, a free rest, and you go for it, and then you, like, get robbed. And it's like, wow, that sucks. Yeah, look at all this stuff. Look at that sleeping master in there. You can go say hello. What's up, dude? Guga, says a grown man. He's not having a good time. You okay, buddy? Guess not. What's in this room over here? What beautiful... the pre-rendered backgrounds in this game really are 90% of the charm, I feel. Wow, fancy. That's a fancy statue. Definite other, like, Asian country vibe going on here. Which... on the PS1, again, was one of my favorite things when you're a kid and you're playing these games. You're like, what are these cultures? And it's so weird that so many times it feels like the people try and remove that because they're like, oh, but what about the kids? And I don't know, as a kid, I was so interested in the cultures. You okay, dude? Uh-oh. I am not. Wait. You're not from Wutai, are you? No? Would that mean I am? Actually, I hate that. When I was a kid, I was really bad for that. If someone used a double negative, it's like, you're not this, are you? I would say yes, which would mean I am not. But then that would confuse people. Like, well, are you or are you not? And I would say, I'm not. That's why I said no. But then I learned that, like, colloquially as a language, you say no if someone gives you a double negative to affirm the no. To affirm the negative and not negate the negative. Also, shoutouts to Akuma up there. What's up, my dude? Yeah, no, I was that kid. It's pretty bad. This area, though, is really cool. You get to climb these, like this Street Fighter stage. Like, look at these rocks. This is something that, like, you would see in the background of Sagat's stage. Yeah, a bit of a Buddhist vibe with a lot of this, too, with, like, the elongated ears and stuff. It's very interesting. Also, hey, enemies. It's a cool background, though. The giant eyes back there. It's real neat. It's gonna be interesting. Again, to see how they translate this to, like, modern 3D with the remake. I'm excited for it, but I know some people are very tentative because they're like, oh, if it took them forever to do Final Fantasy, 15, how long is it going to take to remake? And it's like, well, it's a slightly different story. Also, Kingdom Hearts, slightly different. Apparently, they say they're quite a bit ways through making the remake. At least Disc 1, which I'm excited for it being episodic. Because, yeah, no, I'm fine with games, requiring you to, not every game needs to be a gigantic 80-hour game. I'd actually rather buy, like, 4 20-hour games than one 80-hour game. And what it just comes down to is it comes down to time, Like, I very rarely have time to put 100 hours into a game. I am barely getting by with Persona 5, I'm already at 80 hours in it, and I think I'm in the final couple areas. Also, what are these? What a silly enemy design. I don't even know what half the enemies are in this game. But, no, that's just how I am. And I know some people greatly disagree with me because they say, well, if you want to go money-wise, it makes so much more sense to buy one longer game. And, while I agree, at the same time, I don't count individual hours for enjoyment of a game. There's a lot more that goes into me considering if a game is worth the money, as some would say. And what it really comes down to with me is, I would rather have a game that is shorter, that I replay for years to come, than have one that is longer, and I play once and then never touch again because I'm always afraid of, oh god, am I gonna have to buckle down and try and play this thing? You know, does that make sense? I feel like it does, but I know some people who fully disagree. It just comes down to, like, perception of gaming as what it's worth. Which, you know, to some people, a lot of X potions here. Some people would definitely say, like, gaming is all about money. Some people say gaming is more about the art, you know. So there's a lot that goes into determining your value system for video games. It's actually a very interesting talk to have with someone. Talk to them about. If you have a friend, just go talk to them about their views on what games should be. See what they say. Also, I think I accidentally selected Sled High again, or Sled Fang instead of Lunatic High. That's fine. It still contributes to his level, which actually I think I want to go off screen and start grinding some limits, because there's definitely some with characters that I am not getting much past their first ones. So I'm actually I say that, but you won't see that for a long time, because I think I've recorded like many more parts, because there was a time when I just played this game and recorded just straight on through. I actually haven't played it for a while, but I want to get back to it. After I finish Persona 5 and probably Nier, I think I'll say I'm going to buckle down, finish Final Fantasy 7, which is a bit of time in the works, you know. This enemy is just grass with legs. It's like a Pokemon, like an early Pokemon. You know, the ones that aren't very designed very well. Heyo, whoa. No, but really, they're kind of weird. I think they're meant to be like Mandragoras, which, you know, how they scream, kind of the same thing. Always wondered how, like, all these European legends got transferred over to Japanese culture. Cause, like, I swear I see more Mandragoras in Japanese games than in American ones. I mean, in one of the Castlevania games, there's a Mandragora enemy that you had to kill before it screamed, or else, like, it would hurt you and you can't get near it. It's really cool ideas, but at the same time, well, I guess the only other one, like the big one that I really know that a lot of kids knew in the past tense about Mandragoras was Harry Potter. And then, I guess, Little Witch Academia, which is just anime Harry Potter. Let's keep on healing. Barret has Fury, which, honestly, in this instance, I'm probably going to keep on, because more levels on his limit break is really good. So, we've kind of searched everywhere, and it's like, where do we go? So let's do one more look around. We did a good exploration, but it's obviously something that we missed. You know, maybe if we try clicking on some walls that are obviously suspicious, past Tanner. What is this? Secret room that actually didn't look like much of a secret room until I opened it. We got the hairpin. That is for Nanaki, right? Yeah. It's, increases attack percent, but lowers his attack, and has no materia. So as such, why? I mean, it's fine. It's not the best. Because you can't not get the diamond hairpiece, so it's like, why would you even do that? Man, this obvious boss chamber, right? Or it's probably not. Actually, I don't think it is. Maybe it is. It's an important chamber, though. But basically what you're supposed to be doing at this time, that I'm completely failing to do, is find Yuffie. Yuffie is somewhere hiding in the village. You gotta go find her. This is another path that I really couldn't tell looked like a secret. Got the magic shuriken. That is, I'm pretty sure, not a weapon, but something to throw in battle using the throw materia that does a lot of damage. I could be super, super wrong, though. Let's see here. Nope, that is a weapon, actually. It is a 64 attack weapon. So, what you actually have to do is talk to this guy many times. It's one of those things that you don't really... I'm really bad with doing it. I'll talk to people once, and that's about it. But this guy's getting mad. I mean, to be fair, we did come into his house and wake him up. Which, hey, fair enough. That other guy over there who told us just leave was kind of the smarter one. It's Yuffie! Wait, what? You super lied. You super lied to me. You know her exactly. Bit of family drama going on. Yeah, Wutai did fight Shinra. And actually, Yuffie met Zack. And actually... Wait, shoot. We don't know about Zack yet in the story. Whoops! Well, we'll get to him yet, if you don't know. I don't know, I feel like it's not much of a spoiler. I feel like in 2017 here, the existence of Zack isn't much of a spoiler. What he does, you might not know. Like, I didn't really know much about him. I just knew he existed, and I knew there was a lot of yaoi fan art of Cloud and Zack. And it's, honestly, take me back to that, like, early 2000s era where, you know, you go online and all you see is a whole bunch of DeviantArt art of, you know, blushing Bishi, Cloud, and Zack. Like, as a kid, I was like, oh, this is gross, this is the worst. But as an adult, I'm nostalgic for it now. Like, it's weird, because I know I shouldn't be, because I don't even roll that way. But, like, I don't know, it feels like a time of innocence, a time before when I thought that was the weirdest thing, and then I didn't know about horrible fetish artwork, you know? So, that's a thing. Sadly, I don't know, I feel like the age... Oh, wait, what? Oh, more weirdos. Well, I feel like we're in much more of a different age of games that, you can't really have that anymore. Too much cringe culture is what it was. Also, yeah, Yuffie's been in here. I'm not a big fan of people who are like, oh, look at this cringy stuff, and it's, I don't know. Even though it's bad, because I just did a live stream of Little Big Planet 2, and I played all my old levels, and I was pointing out that, like, my old levels are pretty bad. So Yuffie's hiding somewhere in here, obviously, and we need to keep just clicking on stuff till we find her. Oh, well, there she is. The perception made that look like knee-high instead, so let's go chase after her. She's running from place to place. We gotta find where she's hiding. This side quest I could see getting very annoying if you don't know where to go. Because, of course, you're just clicking on random stuff. And at least for now, it's very much like, what do you do? Like, I feel like, were we supposed to learn that she was in there? But we got her. Cornered. Play that Phoenix Wright cornered theme. Hey, she's actually giving us back our materia. How nice. Sure hope she doesn't double cross us or anything. Meanwhile, with the Turks... They just wanted a break, guys. Come on. You know, you can't... These people are human. We gotta let them, be. Actually, I hate that. I hate when people are like, look. Also, yeah, they're super drunk. another notch on the belt of would never be allowed on a Nintendo console. Well, at least back in the day. I hate when people are like, your job is your life. If you're called into work, you have to go in. It's like... I don't know, for some stuff it's like, just let people just be. They need time away. A professional doesn't have to be on call 100% of the time. Yeah, right? Right. Also, he wasn't very rude. No, the joke is that's his name. Elena doesn't like that, though. These two guys, these two bros, can't even hate them. Oh, good. Well, she's given us back our materia. That's good. Also, first off, though, look at this area. All these places look super comfy to live in, though. Man, I would love to live in them. Well, this room don't look suspicious at all. Yeah, seeing your home turn into a tourist trap must kind of suck. I don't know. I get that tourism is an active industry for a lot of places in the world, but if you get rid of your culture to make it accessible for rich people to go visit, that sucks. That really sucks. You know? Places that have to change their menu because, oh, the food there would be too hard for tourists. You know, that really sucks. That's pull the lever, Kronk? Well, dang. Yuffie, you're adorable, but also the worst. Wait, I gotta steal it? Girl. Someone needs to oh. That was actually on purpose. No, I didn't get it. That was like you said the same word again. So, yeah, no matter what lever you pull, it's the same. According to the guide. No twist of fate here. It's like, how do you get out? Oh, you just flip it back up. That seemed too obvious. But if we have to steal it, where could that be? Yeah, so you can tell, like, this is a side quest that, as a kid, I would have never found. And actually, you don't have to. You don't have to at all come here, I'm pretty sure. You could totally skip over this, and all you'd miss is Yuffie's backstory if you got her. I think you can come here without Yuffie. Like, there's nothing stopping you if you never get Yuffie. And a few, like, yeah. You do miss out on her ultimate technique, which you get by completing a side quest within a side quest. That's pretty Final Fantasy. And hey, the store's open now. Look at this giant metal bell. Well, dang. Let's ring it a couple more times. Is there other secrets you get by pressing it more times? Maybe not. Every time there's a button in a game, that's press a button to... No! Yuffie! You're so cute. How dare you do that to my cute little girlfriend? I mean, what? Never mind. I love you, Tifa. Who's the bad guy here that's doing this? Don Corneo? Wow, we haven't seen you in a while. Actually, I love this because it's such a... It's such a good, like, callback. It's like an anime-style callback to a villain. Like, you very rarely have that. And Elena, too, well, I mean, you have very good choice in hair, you know, with them being short. I'm just gonna say. Hey, treasure chest. It's got a swift bolt. That's good. Got an elixir. That's also good. But more importantly, we gotta get our stuff back. Funnily enough, we're working with Shinra here. Like, when does that happen? Well, obviously not now. That's funny. That's cute. Kinda wish they colored their sprites right on the overworld, but oh well. That's too much to ask. I could probably use Demi 2 on them and it would work. I mean, it works on enemies, but not bosses, so Demi, of course, being gravity magic, which cuts it in half, and bye. Easy peasy. I could have probably used Vincent here, because it would have kept him in the back. Oh no, my controller's super dead. That's really embarrassing. I can't do anything about that right now, except, like, hope that I find one. There we go. Hey, look, I still have my icon. That's been changed a long, long time now. Alright, well, Now we have a real, like, a focus to do, which I like. Because it's like, okay, gotta go back, get back Yuffie and Elena. Which, I mean, at this point, you can just leave and continue the game. Would I recommend it? Absolutely not. Could you? Yeah, I think so. I don't think anything is stopping you from just saying, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. You can keep your materia. I don't care. Actually, I really gotta wonder how many people got to this point and then just had to drop it. You know, they got stuck. They lost all their stuff. Maybe they just can't figure it out. Maybe they got stuck because, yeah, we'll be going up to a boss right away, which, also I'm going back to Big Shot and Mind Blow. I don't know why. Maybe I just wanted to. That's how we feel too, dude. But, if you were that, let's, tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. But, I don't know. I feel like at this point, actually, I will say every time I've asked people to tell stories if it's ever happened to them, I usually get people telling me that they do. I know I asked in like one of my first Let's Plays on Pokemon channel, which is no longer on this channel because I got content ID'd from Toei Animation. I asked if anyone's ever been dumb enough to pull out their memory card when it says please do not pull out your memory card, and a bunch of people told me that they have, and I'm just like, what? Why? It's so dumb. It tells you to not. And they're like, yeah, it corrupted my data. I'm like, wow, you're so dumb. So it looks like us and the Turks got to work together, and this really reminds me of the chapter in Kid Icarus Uprising, the filler chapter with the aliens, right? I love this idea of a filler chapter that when you play it, it has you teaming up with the bad guys to fight another threat. Because what it does is, more than anything, it characterizes. It characterizes them as, also I think, do they have more items now at this point? No. It does. It just allows you to get a better understanding of characters, and see them from a ally's perspective. I mean, the big bad of Kid Icarus Uprising, Hades, joins you for that. He's the final boss. He's the actual threat of a bad guy, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna work with you, and I love that. That's a trope that, I mean, even if it's a begrudging thing, it's one thing, but if it's a mutual, look, I get it. We gotta work together. Let's do this, you know, for the greater good. I think that's really cool, and I love that in games. You don't get that in many, though. It's a rather uncommon trope, I'd say. More often than not, you get usually a begrudging one that they end up double-crossing or something. But no, seriously, it's like, look, we're helping each other. And like, yeah, he's being cool and sly there, but I trust these guys at this point. I don't actually feel maliciousness or anything. And it's cool. I like that. Good story trope. But yeah, we gotta go find them. But first off, of course, we still got these random battles with all these buggos, and oh my god, what are you? Why are you dancing? Dancing steals MP. That actually stole a lot of MP, considering. Thankfully, MP in Final Fantasy is not as bad to get back as, like, SP in Persona. Actually, I'd say MP in Final Fantasy is a lot easier to get. Mostly because you get a lot of items to heal it. Yeah, like, in Persona, it's like, sorry, you want... It doesn't matter, also, we don't have any materia right now. But it's like, in Persona, it's like, there's very few healing items. So he's not at the very top. So let's go back looking down. Not in the cave. Well, he's going into the cave. Oh, fire's here. Reno, can you run through the fire and the flames? Nope. So, you actually, to get through there, I think you need, like, an anti-fire materia that lets you go through there. And there are some pretty cool stuff in there from the guide, but of course, I can't get through there, so... Whoa, hey, look at this religious symbolism. Didn't know you were into that, my dude. That's weird. That's really weird. That's a weird and very specific thing. It's like an Evangelion thing. Also, Yuffie's like... Isn't she young at this point? Isn't she, like, really young? Like, everyone else is of age. I think Cloud is, like, in his 20s, isn't he? Like, I could be super wrong. I mean, this is a Japanese game. Yeah, she's 16 in this game. So, Corneo, my dude, you got some issues. And now we hear the long, sad tale of Corneo. And we just don't care. Corneo's a fun character. I mean, he's a total sleazeball. And we killed his apps, but it's, you know... Right, bride, of course. So after apps, we have raps. It's this thing. Looks like one of the early enemies. Raps. What a weird enemy name. Let's see what it's based off of. I'm pretty sure it's just a bigger version of one of these smaller enemies. So, Raps is a boss. It's one of Don Corneo's pets. It can be dangerous because we do not have materia. It has powerful arrow 3 that cannot be reflected and does approximately 1,500 damage. 2 physical attacks. It's advantageous to fight apps early if the player is running out of money because it drops plenty of gil. So it appears in a couple other Final Fantasy games as a sort of side character. It's in like Record Keeper and Mobius. Rap's name is similar to Apps, changing only the first character of the Japanese name. Replacing the character with Ra may be a reference to the magic tier system, which denotes like Ra with like the second version. Oh, that's kind of a cute thing then, because then it's not just like Apps, it's Raps. There is a recolor of him later, which I'm looking at right now, which you can fight as a regular enemy. So yeah, he's just basically one of his pets and just a regular enemy. Also, hey, Red 13 is super dead. This guy wasn't too bad, mostly because pretty much what you can do is just have one guy just cycle between have one dude heal, and if they're not, have all your dudes heal, and if you're not healing, use your limit break because you pretty much get it really quickly, right? Like, look, one hit, and I got almost half, so yeah, use that. And we're gonna use Climb Hazard because, hey, it's his up B in Smash Bros, so it makes sense. A lot of people get really mad that I keep saying that Cloud is in Smash Bros. I don't know why. I'm just making a fact. Like, that's true. Cloud is in Smash Bros. And for a lot of people, it's like, that's where they, like, I don't feel hardcore gamers understand what that means. Like, the fact that Cloud is in a real also this ain't gonna work, I'm pretty sure, is in a real mainstream fighting game, you know, that's played by oh, it does, by really normal, like, game players, means he's gonna be a lot more popular than he has been for years. Also, yeah, Cloud, you took some damage there, my dude. It's a big deal. And yeah, I play the Smash Bros version for the intro. It's like the highest quality version I can find. Don't hate, bro. But yeah, no, just keep throwing up items. If we can use a mute mask on him, that'd be good. But I'm pretty sure he's immune. Most bosses are. Though this dude might not have boss status. It might just be mini boss status. But it is playing the boss theme, so I think we get to see Red 13's new limit break right away as we throw up a Fire Veil. Cast Haste and ups, I think it was Speed. I didn't see what it was. But Haste is great. Haste is really good to have. Always try and get it on because it just boosts your the speed of your time bar, which lets you attack. Which, you know, in a lot of games, boosting your speed, it's like you can't really feel it as much, but here you get to physically see it. You get to see that bar increase quickly. And yeah, that's it. Not crazy hard, but worth it. Got some good stuff. How much money? Let's see here. Ooh, a nice 20,000 rounded off. And Corneo is cornholed? I don't know. You tell him, Cloud. Yes, why would you, my friend? Because he's ready to die, because he's sure to win. He's clueless. He's clueless? I don't know. He's ready to win. Wrong. Well, dang. Well, that's embarrassing. She didn't even wear her good panties today. Actually, yeah, no, Yuffie is totally wearing a skirt, so that'd be very embarrassing. I don't even know what type of word that is you're saying if it's that long, Barrett. That doesn't even make sense. Who's gonna save the day? Well, I mean, you could walk in a little cooler. Actually, I'm not a fan of Reno's in-game, like this model, because it makes him look like he has a massive caveman forehead. It's kind of bad. What did Rude even do? Did he throw something at him? Well, you did good, Rude. Mr. Pitbull. So that's who you look like. It's undeniable. That's really good. He gives him the same options. That's really good. And Corneo is... I get it. App was the name of his creature. Actually, I think that was just the localizer, accidentally, the cat jumping on the keyboard. Yo, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. And I like that. It's like, don't be the damsel. You're a Turk. Come on. See, there was a mobile game where you got to play as the Turks. You got to design and make your own Turk, and the art was all done by Tetsuya Nomura, and it looked very much like classic Kingdom Hearts art. Nomura had a very distinct style going on in the early 2000s there, with his 2D art, and you get to see it in its wonderful glory. I will say all these video games have made me really appreciate all of the artists and their artistry, and when you hear them say that they're collabing to work on another game, you know, like how Nomura's working on Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you know, it's like you hear this stuff and you're like, and it means something. As a kid, it never meant anything to me, but now it means something. Also, hey, Poppin'. Just put it all back in. There we go. Yeah, the order's all messed up. Probably because I couldn't program the right order. That's fine. It'll be alright. But, no, that's that side quest done then. It's a cute little one. It's worth it for the characterization and the team up, you know, thing going on. I can definitely see people not enjoying this side quest due to the fact that it is rather cryptic. But it does lead, and I love how she's monologuing to herself in the room alone after. It does lead to some really good... Oh, she's gonna give us a little bit of extra. Yeah, remember that MP absorb that she found? Hey? I like Yuffie. But, no, it does give you extra side quests and stuff later, and at this point, if you head back, now that you've saved the village, kind of, I have more items unlocked for you to grab, so head on back. There's the cat that was blocking the path up here. You can now go past this dude. There's a cat in the upper part of the loft there, so now you just gotta avoid them. They have models that will get in your way, but now you can go up here. And this cat that was blocking you, will now let you through to get the HP Absorb, which does exactly what it sounds like. It lets you absorb HP when you hit with a when you have to attack with the paired materia. And as of now, I don't really know which ones I want. Like, I have both HP and MP Absorb, and they sound really good, but I don't know. I would love advice on which ones are best to pair it with, because I don't really want to pair magic with that, because I'm not a fan of hitting with magic and then absorbing HP. I'm more of a fan of, also, hey, thanks. I'm more of a fan of hitting with physical attacks, so if there's a way to do physical attacks, I'll definitely do that. But now we can go here, we can get a whole bunch of new stuff, including a Murasame, which sounds cool. Diamond Knuckle, look at all these awesome looking items. Look at all these items that we're getting super early and are getting too powerful. Except for the gold barrette, because that's like worse than the one that we got in the story. But ooh, we're gonna pimp out with some stronger items. And of course, gotta de-equip everything. It's always a good idea to, when you're changing out characters in this game, de-equip everything. Like, make it so that when you're doing any sort of stuff, it makes your life so much easier. Especially for later on when, for example, you only really need 3 good armors. You only need 3 copies of it, because then you can just exchange it out. So, that's what I've been doing. That's why I only have 3 gold armlets. But, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Wutai Sidequest Part 1. And next time we're going to continue with some more Final Fantasy VII. Ciao.